Welcome back to Obscure Gaming, where I never thought Dragon Ball would grace the airwaves ever again, yet it finally has with Dragon Ball Super. And with at least 100 episodes, we're in for quite a ride. So to celebrate, I found a bootlegged game from China. Today on Obscure Gaming, we'll be talking all about Dragon Ball Z 5 for the NES, the 5th Dragon Ball Z game ever made, allegedly. Now, as soon as you boot the game up, it shoves plot right in your face, and in keeping with Dragon Ball game tradition, it recycles the same plot that you and I have come to know and love and hear over and over again, although it does appear to take some liberties with the plot. It starts with a Saiyan ship flying towards and landing on Earth, proceeding to go boom. Emerging from the boom is Raditz, who says something that I don't understand. Seconds later, 2 additional ships are seen heading towards Earth and going boom, but this guy is handling this whole situation really well. Of course, these 2 ships though held Vegeta and Nappa, with the 2 of them showcasing their Saiyan might right from the get-go, with Vegeta moving his mouth and Nappa doing God knows what with his eyebrow. And cut to title screen featuring Piccolo, Krillin, and Super Saiyan Goku, who are clearly very relevant to the cutscene that was just shown. And so it's time to set off on your nonsensical Dragon Ball journey, starting by picking your character. And all your favorite characters are here. We have Super Saiyan Goku, despite the fact that you just play as regular Goku in the game. Krillin, who's bald. Piccolo, also known as Big Green on the streets, and that's it. Until you kill Vegeta, and then you can play as him too. But otherwise, that's it. After selecting your character though, you're dropped into what is essentially a Dragon Ball Z beat-em-up. You can hit B to jump and A to attack. The depth is astonishing. To add to the excitement though, you can vary up your moves, as holding up on the control pad will make your character kick, and holding down and then pressing attack will let you throw a stupid orb thing that is in no way, shape, or form threatening. But with the amazing ability to jump, punch, kick, and throw orb thingies at your disposal, you begin your quest, one spanning various quote-unquote Dragon Ball worlds. First off, we start with the Saiyan saga, which the game decided is just this one really long line with trees in the background, in which you'll engage with classic Dragon Ball Z enemies, like these guys who look made up, or miniature Frieza Trooper looking things, these guys with stupid hair, and whatever the hell these little things walking around are supposed to be. Or these little tank things. You'd think they would have just used the Cybermen design over and over again like the actual games, but they decided to go that extra mile and steal things from other things instead, and it was all worth it. But after mindlessly fighting troops in Saiyan Saga Land, Raditz shows up and has no Gohan with him, which means that pesky subplot called Goku's family must have been removed from existence, so that's good, I guess. Despite his lack of child, he activates a cutscene with whichever character you chose, and after saying whatever it is that he said, you engage with your very first boss fight. And you'll notice something, if not now, the next boss fight, but this game is pretty difficult, by which I mean the foot soldiers are stupid fodder, as are the bosses, but the bosses are really powerful stupid fodder, and love spamming their special moves, which take off about half of your health bar, so 2 of those and you die. Well, spam orbs back, you may think, but there's an issue with that, as in order for you to even use your special move or magic thing, you need to give up a set amount of your character's health for some stupid reason. This is of course bad, as if you lose all your health, you die, and dying is generally seen as a negative by most people. So you can't really rely on your special moves at all, and have to try and throw in some physical attacks too, putting you at the risk of a ton of damage being dealt to you, because it's not like you can block, and your only real options of evasion is jumping, which more often than not just resulted in me getting hit by something. In fact, a lot of your attempts at attacking will be met with being hit, or just attacks that straight up trade with an opponent, which sucks. I don't like trades, they're always bad in my favor. Needless to say, bosses will kill you and make you go through your lives very, very quickly, of which you'll get no more, meaning lots of game overs, and that sucks. But if you do manage to defeat Raditz, who is fairly weak in comparison to some other bosses, you're allowed to continue walking forward, because why would you go ahead and end the level after a boss fight? Go beat up some more generic stuff. And as you do so, you may start to notice something about the gameplay. It's not very good. There's little to no satisfaction at all in actually hitting an opponent, which is just lame because it's a beat 'em up, so at that point, what's the point at all? They all fight pretty much the same way, a lot of them just walking right into my fists or feet with no care for their livelihood, and seeing as you're required to take out every enemy on whatever screen you're on before you're allowed to move on to the next section of the screen, I'm led to believe that this foot soldier thing is a deep metaphor for all the filler in the actual show. Upon smacking down some fools though, Blue Nappa shows up to take you out. 4Kids got to him too, somehow. But after he's dead, you fight onwards through, yes, more fodder, until you reach the prince of all monologues bitching about Kakarot's strength, Vegeta, who of course has a little chat with you in a foreign language before beginning his bullshit assault, and this is the boss fight where the advantages held by the bosses become really clear to you as a player. Ignoring the fact that the bosses are simply stronger than you, they don't have to spend any of their life to perform their specials, said specials having these giant hitboxes that can hit you from the front and sometimes from behind, even though they've technically already gone past you just because the hitbox is so weird and big. And, you know, that makes you die, which is bad. And they use them a lot, which is also very bad. The only thing that would really make the fights easier would be if a second player were to join you, which you can technically do, but realistically, no one is going to play this game with you. But if somehow you manage to take out Vegeta, you get another cutscene of him escaping because Goku read ahead in the script and you can't kill main characters. Yet. Except for Yamcha, of course. And then you also see a ship heading towards Namek, that being the player's ship, and then you're dumped back off at the character select screen. Here you get an opportunity to select a different character if you so desire. Mind you, it'll be a cosmetic only difference, as everyone plays essentially the same, and that includes their special moves. Other characters don't have extra lives either, so you're pretty much stuck with whatever lives you had left. But after selecting your character, it's off to Namek to fight more stupid shit, a couple of whom actually look like Frieza's henchmen, so congratulations. After slogging through though, you encounter Zarbon, which makes no sense if you chose Piccolo or Goku, especially Piccolo, because he was dead. Regardless, you're forced into another challenging for all the wrong reasons boss battle, and afterwards you're shown yet another cutscene, in which, dun dun dun, the Ginyu Force appear. So now you must have to fight all of the Ginyu Force, right? Wrong. First you start a new stage, which doesn't look like Namek at all, by the way. Then you fight whatever I'm supposed to think these things are. My answer is stupid, by the way. The only thing dumber than them are these tiny robots, as I'm pretty sure these weren't in the show or the manga. Of course, after slaying these beasts, machine things, it's time to fight some of the new Ginyu Force recruits, as we have Blue Nappa, not Blue Nappa, and fucked up Raditz. Only after defeating these three bastards will you have the privilege of fighting more bullshit enemies so you can fight Raccoon, who is a complete pushover in a very anticlimactic fashion. Luckily, your thirst for battle will be filled by all the enemies that were apparently hiding behind Raccoon, so that's good. Soon enough though, you finally come face to face with a slightly different colored Raccoon. And following him on the next screen is Birder doing this stupid dance like an asshole, and it's like his only animation, but it does a lot of damage. So I died, and I was out of lives, so it was a game over. And as I looked at Piccolo's game over screen, with the text that I couldn't read, and ignoring the fact that it was Goku who had just died, not Piccolo, I came to the conclusion that I don't like this game, and I hate it, and you're a bad beat-em-up, and all your enemies have funny hitboxes that I don't like you. Well, surely the presentation saves the day, right, Yuriofwind? And no, it does not. Aside from the decent-looking cutscene in the opening of the game, the rest of the visuals are really nothing to write home about. The backgrounds are Dragon Ball Z-esque, I guess. Granted, the only requirement for that is having trees and it looking like Earth, or Namek, which is, blue Earth, or whatever color Namek is. Blue-green Earth. Weird colored Earth with, I don't know. Character models are decent for at least your playable characters, and they're all fairly well represented. Granted, they have no eyes or a mouth, but they still have eyebrows, which looks a little ridiculous, especially with Krillin, because the result on him is he just kind of looks like bald Brock, so sucks to be him. The enemies all look sucky, and only a couple of them look like they even belong in the game. The only other redeemable thing I can think of in terms of visuals is the title screen, because I think it looks pretty good. Despite it being a lie, it's a nice looking lie. And sadly, the audio side of things isn't that impressive either. All the hit sounds are generic, nothing crazy or fancy here. Developers couldn't even be bothered to steal music from another game to put in this game. Granted, I won't claim it's original music, but it's kinda blah, nothing that would really invoke the spirit of Dragon Ball, but here's a listen. It just kind of falls into this weird ground of okay-ish, but slowly spiraling into a realm of turning the volume down because I don't want to listen to you anymore. But that's Dragon Ball Z 5. I'm going to go ahead and recommend that you don't play this game at all, as it's really just not worth playing. There are much better beat-em-ups out there to play. Even if you love DBZ, it's just a bad experience all around. But it's a bad experience I had, so now, should you be given the chance, you won't have to. Peer pressure, not going to be a problem anymore. This has been Obscure Gaming. Thank you for watching. Welcome back to Endslate, where I drank a lot of caffeine, and I also solved the world crisis of peer pressure, so go me. Woohoo. Hey. You just watched some Obscure Gaming on Dragon Ball Z 5 for the NES. This caffeine is nuts, by the way. That stuff works. I never drink it. That's why I'm always tired. I hope you enjoyed the video. I love you. It was my birthday today. When I'm recording this. Not when I'm uploading this. Just, I'm saying that. But hey, let's do Endslate things. You know? Things on Endslate that... There's something new on Endslate, by the way. You'll see it in a sec. We'll get to it real quick. First, I'll recommend the last video I did last time, which was the Gundam video. That Gundam video that everyone wanted me to work on. It's done. You can go watch it if you want. And then there'll be 2 other videos. And then you can click on those if you want, because they're other stuff. And then there's social media stuff. Nico does the intros and the artwork and the logos. Follow him on his stuff and the Twitter. Follow me on my Twitter if you want. And if, now this is the part that changed. See, as always, if you like the video and you want to share it and do all that stuff, subscribe, you know the whole drill. You may do so, but apparently there's something new with some kind of app where there's a bell. So, like, am I supposed to say, and don't forget to hit my bell, slap my bell, you guys, don't forget to, hit my, smack my bell. Okay, so yeah, if you like my video, don't forget to smack my bell. Next time at Endslate, who knows what's gonna happen. But, I know what the video is already. So I'll see you guys next time on Endslate.